Hello, fellow Long Lake residents. I'm Charlie Miner, Mayor of Long Lake. I hope you and those close to you are doing well and that you have had limited repercussions due to the COVID-19 pandemic. What a year 2020 was, and I would like to thank all the City Hall staff for all the hard work they put into combating COVID-19 in our city. Fire Chief Van Isle in particular has done a great job keeping the city up to speed in the latest COVID-19 guidelines. Much of the initial efforts went into ensuring firefighters and city staff did not become exposed to COVID. This also resulted in city council meetings being conducted via Zoom. Although no one has preferred having the meetings in this manner, it helped ensure the safety of council members, city staff, and members of the public who wish to provide feedback to the council. I speak for the entire city council when I say that we want our residents and business representatives to be informed about what is going on in our city and to give us feedback to help guide our decision making. I would like to mention that every city council meeting includes an open correspondence section during which the public may address the city council. The council encourages your participation, and if you are interested in doing so, please contact City Hall staff. I would now like to take a few minutes to summarize a few things that occurred in 2020, as well as share some highlights about what is on the horizon for Long Lake in 2021 and beyond. During our 2020 general election, 1,131 total ballots were cast, and that represents an approximately 94% voter turnout, which is something we should all be proud of. City Clerk Jeanette Moeller did an excellent job preparing for and overseeing our elections, and I'd also like to thank our election judges who helped throughout the day, particularly since they needed to deal with the challenges presented by COVID. When it came to elections for city offices, we had 2 council members who chose not to run for re-election in 2020, and their terms have expired. They were council members Michelle Jurdy and Tom Sherritt. Michelle and Tom both did a great job representing our city, and they each brought their own diversity of thought to the council, which was appreciated. At the same time, I would like to welcome our 2 newest city council members, Gina Joyce and Mike Feldman. Gina and Mike have hit the ground running and already have had a lot to contribute to the council, and I look forward to working with them in the coming years. I would also like to thank you for electing me for a second term as mayor. I have more work to do, and I very much appreciate your confidence in me. Some of the activities your city council was involved in during 2020 included improving a pavement management plan, or PMP, and approving the use of franchise fees to assist with paying for the PMP. A PMP helps guide the city on which streets to replace or repair, and our last PMP was approved in 2016. However, no specific funding was identified to pay for it. Franchise fees were adopted in compliance with state law, and many cities in Hennepin County utilize franchise fees for their PMPs. The fees started being charged in January and will appear as $6 charges on both your Xcel Energy electric bill and your CenterPoint Energy natural gas bill. These funds will only be used towards our PMP, and I encourage you to review the information in the Payment Management Plan and Franchise Fees tab on our website to learn more. Although the PMP and the funding for it will not solve all of our street repair and replacement needs, it is a good start. As you can see in this map, we have at least 8 streets in our city that are currently categorized as in poor condition. Our current PMP has identified the next street to be rebuilt as Grand Avenue in 2022. This is not only because of the condition of the roadway, but also because of the condition of the water and sewer system underneath the street. In December, the City Council approved a change to how quarterly sewer charges are calculated. This was done to remedy a $175,000 deficit in our sewer fund. The Council and City staff worked hard to try to ensure the rate structure is as fair as possible. No rate structure will ever be perfect, though, and this rate change will lead to a cost increase for many residents, but we need to reduce and ideally eliminate the deficit to our sewer fund. Most of the deficit is outside of our control and is related to significant increases in fees we are charged for sewage treatment by the Metropolitan Council. Also in December, the City Council approved the 2021 budget and levy amount for property owners. Budget amount was a little over a $104,000 increase over last year due to annual increases related to police protection services, staff salary increases, and property and workers' compensation insurance increases. However, we were actually able to slightly decrease the tax rate due to increases in the taxable market value of residential and other property in the city. Our tax rate is just over 36%, which is the lowest it has been since at least 2015. There are some new multi-unit residential developments on the horizon in the city. First I'll mention is Zavago Long Lake, located at 1948 Wayzata Boulevard, which is adjacent to the Lake Community Bank. Zavago Long Lake is a 57-unit cooperative community for residents aged 62 and older. Many of the unit's residents are expected to be area homeowners wishing to downsize from their existing single-family homes. Pre-sale of units is now underway and construction is expected to begin this summer with an anticipated occupancy of summer 2022. In addition, city staff and officials have also been very busy discussing and holding meetings in relation to the city-owned property on the north side of City Hall, as well as the 9 residential properties located on the west side of Virginia Avenue. There has been a long history involving the residential properties related to the Highway 12 bypass project in the early 2000s. Most of the property owners have been trying to sell their property to one of several developers who have been interested in developing the area. It appears the plan is coming to fruition by way of the borough, which is a 62-unit townhome project. The majority of planning and zoning approvals are complete for the project. However, a few outstanding items will be up for approval by the Planning Commission, Economic Development Authority, and City Council here in April. You may notice a trend regarding development in our city. I wanted to make a few comments about that. Your Planning Commission and City Council are trying to be as thoughtful as possible as we are deciding what the right fit is for our city when it comes to growth. We know that Long Lake residents overwhelmingly want to maintain the small town character that we all enjoy about Long Lake. That is still the goal, but Long Lake is becoming a sought-after location for people to live and for developers to build in. Development can be good for our city as it brings economic prosperity to our businesses and our restaurant community, as well as needed increased tax revenues to help us fund infrastructure and other improvements. As city leaders, we are weighing all those factors while also working to maintain the character of our city. Again, I encourage everyone to maintain awareness of what is going on in our city and to give input to the Council and Planning Commission as we shape the future of our city. A great way to do this, if you're not already a member, is to join our listserv so you receive each Planning Commission and City Council agendas as well as notifications about public hearings. To join the listserv, please visit the News tab on our website. Each year, the city's elected and appointed officials as well as our city staff assemble a list of goals for us to accomplish. Some are short-term goals and some are long-term. The goals range from park and trail improvements to equipment and infrastructure improvements. We have an ambitious set of goals for such a small city, and I encourage you to look at them on our website under Long Lake City Goals so you have a sense as to what they are. Final item on the horizon that I would like to bring to your attention is the Long Lake Fire Department, which has been serving Long Lake and several surrounding communities since 1915. We currently provide fire protection services to the cities of Orono, Medina, and Minnetonka Beach. However, we have recently been notified by the City of Orono that they plan on passing a resolution terminating the contract for joint ownership of Fire Station 1, which each city owns a 50% share of, effective December 31st, 2025. In addition, their mayor has indicated that they wish to create and operate their own fire department. It's not yet clear where they will recruit their firefighters from or which city, if any, will operate a fire department out of Station 1 after 2025. But I want to be as transparent as possible and let our residents know that this is on the horizon. Besides discussions with Orono, Long Lake is also meeting on a regular basis with the State Fire Marshal's Office and other area cities discussing the future fire protection services in our area, and that is unrelated to Orono's endeavor. It is possible that we will form partnerships with other area cities. The State Fire Marshal's Office has stated there are too many separately operated fire departments in Minnesota and that there should be more consolidation in order to better utilize personnel and resources. Stay tuned for more information on this important topic. Well, that wraps up a summary of what the City of Long Lake has been doing over the past year and what is on the horizon for 2021 and beyond. I appreciate you taking the time to get up to speed on what is occurring in your city. I wish you a healthy and safe 2021, and please try to get outside as much as you can this spring and summer to enjoy our city and all the great trails and parks we have to offer. You may see me while you're at it, and please feel free to stop by and say hi.